Hi Charlie, welcome to the 32nd day of my LinkedIn video polling experiment where I break down and analyze the LinkedIn poll that I posted last week and that closed this morning. Now, last week Valentine's Day was coming up pretty soon, so being the amazing trend follower that I am, I decided to ask a couple of questions related to that topic, which thankfully were extremely popular among my voters. Last week's question was, do you plan to celebrate Valentine's Day? There were 3 answer choices: yes, no, and I'm not sure. This poll got 115 votes, which is well above my average of 80 to 85 votes per poll question, and this is how the distribution ended up. 45% of my voters said that yes, they did plan to celebrate Valentine's Day. 45% said no, they didn't plan to celebrate Valentine's Day. I was one of them. And 10% were honest enough to admit they weren't sure if they were going to celebrate Valentine's Day. Now, my voting base is made up of established professionals who have been in their respective industries for many years, as well as a significant proportion of students at my college, so I suppose it makes sense that the latter population would be less inclined to celebrate Valentine's Day because it's not necessarily as common for them to be involved in romantic relationships. Maybe 50 years ago, every college student had a boyfriend or girlfriend, but these days I get the perception that people are waiting a little bit longer, waiting to be more established in their careers and in their adult lives before taking on those serious romantic relationships that necessitate a Valentine's Day celebration. Anyway, on to the statistics about this wonderful holiday. People were projected to spend $27.5 billion on Valentine's Day this year. This amounts to about $188.81 per person celebrating. Americans spend $6.5 billion on jewelry and $5.4 billion on eating out on Valentine's Day. Men spend about twice as much as women, on average, on Valentine's Day, and 33% of Americans will incur credit card debt via Valentine's Day spending. No better way to celebrate your love than with a boatload of debt from celebrating it, I guess. 50% of flower sales per year happen around Valentine's Day. Not a big surprise considering how popular flowers are as a Valentine's Day gift. And here's a breakdown of Valentine's Day spending by generation. The differences might surprise you. Members of Generation Z spend an average of $201 on Valentine's Day. Millennials spend an average of $262 on Valentine's Day. That makes sense because millennials are better established in their professional careers. They're more likely to have spouses and children, and that's a big incentive to celebrate Valentine's Day, and they're just more financially stable in general than Gen Z. Gen X spends an average of $138 on Valentine's Day, and baby boomers spend an average of 81%. I suppose a lot of baby boomers are retired or living on fixed incomes, so it might make sense that they would be a bit more conservative about their Valentine's Day spending, preserve their capital. So anyway, Charlie, I hope you enjoyed my spiel about Valentine's Day. I can't say that I'm a big fan of it necessarily. Obviously, I enjoy the chocolates and all of the goodies that come with Valentine's Day, but unfortunately, I don't really have anyone to celebrate Valentine's Day with in the romantic sense, so I'm a bit indifferent about the holiday. But I am extremely excited that in the couple of days after Valentine's Day, you can get heavily discounted chocolate at various grocery stores, which is always quite nice, even if they come in this striking, shall we say, pink packaging a lot of the time. So anyway, Charlie, thank you for listening to my Valentine's Day rant, and now I'm going to show you the poll as it appears on LinkedIn, just to prove that I'm not making these statistics up. Here we go. Ta-da! Here's the poll question. Do you plan to celebrate Valentine's Day? The 3 answer choices: yes, no, and maybe. And I know it says 117 votes on the screen. This poll question must have gotten a couple more votes in the 24 hours since I took my notes for this video. So anyway, Charlie, thanks again for listening. You're a very emotionally supportive cat, and I appreciate it. And, one of the good things about not having a real cat is that you don't move around or try to get out of the camera frame a lot. So thank you for your cooperation, Charlie. And stay tuned tomorrow for my 33rd video polling analysis. Bye, Charlie, and have a wonderful day.